Pain and suffering are always inevitable for a large intelligence and a deep heart. The really great men must, I think, have great sadness on earth. To go wrong in one's own way is better than to go right in someone else. What is hell? I maintain that it is the suffering of being unable to love. I say let the world go to hell, but I should always have my tea. Man only likes to count his troubles. He doesn't calculate his happiness. The soul is healed by being with children. We sometimes encounter people, even perfect strangers, who begin to interest us at first sight, somehow suddenly, all at once, before a word has been spoken. It takes something more than intelligence to act intelligently. The mystery of human existence lies not in just staying alive, but in finding something to live for. Taking a new step, uttering a new word, is what people fear most. Much unhappiness has come into the world because of bewilderment and things left unsaid. To love someone means to see them as God intended them. Nothing in this world is harder than speaking the truth, and nothing easier than flattery. Right or wrong, it's very pleasant to break something from time to time. I can see the sun, but even if I cannot see the sun, I know that it exists. And to know that the sun is there, that is living. The awful thing is that beauty is mysterious, as well as terrible. God and the devil are fighting there, and the battlefield is the heart of man. Man is sometimes extraordinarily, passionately in love with suffering. If you want to overcome the whole world, overcome yourself. I am alone, I thought, and they are everybody. Power is given only to him who dares to stoop and take. One must have the courage to dare. It is not the brains that matter most, but that which guides them, the character, the heart, generous qualities, progressive ideas. The darker the night, the brighter the stars, the deeper the grief, and the closer is God. I love mankind, he said, but I find to my amazement that the more I love mankind as a whole, the less I love a man in particular. People speak sometimes about the bestial cruelty of man, but that is terribly unjust and offensive to beasts. No animal could ever be so cruel as a man is, so artfully, so artistically cruel. Don't let us forget that the causes of human actions are usually immeasurably more complex and varied than our subsequent explanations of them. I think the devil doesn't exist, but man has created him. He has created him in his own image and likeness. If you want to be respected by others, the great thing is to respect yourself only. By that, only by self-respect, will you compel others to respect you. The man who has a conscience suffers whilst acknowledging his sin, that is his punishment. Grown-up people do not know that a child can give exceedingly good advice, even in the most difficult case. Besides, nowadays almost all capable people are terribly afraid of being ridiculous and are miserable because of it. Nothing is easier than denouncing the evildoer. Nothing is more difficult than understanding him. Sarcasm, the last refuge of modest and chaste-souled people, when the privacy of their soul is coarsely and intrusively invaded. Love in action is a harsh and dreadful thing compared to love in dreams. The cleverest of all, in my opinion, is the man who calls himself a fool at least once a month. I am a fool with a heart, but no brains, and you are a fool with brains, but no heart, and we're both unhappy, and we both suffer. Man has it all in his hands, and it all slips through his fingers from sheer cowardice. Love of man, even in his sin, for that love is a likeness of the divine love, and is the summit of love on earth.